Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and my project today I think is very cute. It is a tote. It's a mini tote that I made using the Hello Ladybug stamp set and the Ladybug Builder Punch. I made of course, the ladybug wings and the entire flower petals with the Ladybug Punch. And I used the layering circle dies, Pansy Petals for the sentiment, and this is, it's Pansy Patch for the sentiment and Pansy Petals for the DSP. Alrighty. This is like the soft succulent back of some of the pansy paper. This has the leaves on it. So, my address to order any of these products is above, and it's also linked below. And all the measurements will be on my blog, which is linked below also. Okay, for this we need a piece of DSP that is 4.5 by 9.5. We need a piece of basic white for stamping. We need 2 pieces of soft succulent that are 5.5 by 1/2 for the handles. We need a 1/2 inch piece of fresh freesia for the sentiment. I got this circle from the layering circle dies. It's 1 1/8 inch, and I embossed it with the dots embossing folder. Okay, we need 8 petals using out of Blushing Bride, and I used them with I made them with the wings of the ladybug. Alright, and then I just made 1 bow from the Fresh Freesia open weave ribbon. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, I am also almost at 3,000, and I want to thank all of you for following my channel and subscribing. So when I reach 3,000, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of some Stampin' Up products and some promotional items too. So if you'd like to subscribe, that would be great. And when I put up the actual giveaway, I would like it if you made a comment and tell me you're subscribed. Alrighty, so that's coming soon. Okay, so let's start with our piece of Pansy Petals DSP. That is 4.5 by 9.5. And I'm going to get my Simply Scored, and we're going to start on the 4.5 inch side. Alright, and we're going to score at 1.5. Okay, now we're going to turn it a 1/4 turn so that the score is closest to the top. Okay, and we're only going to be scoring to that first score line on the 9.5 inch side. So we're going to score it at 1.5 just to that line, 4.5 to that line, 6, and 9. And that's it for the scoring. Alright, and the only thing we're going to burnish is the one that goes the entire way. Alright, so now this is what we're going to do. Right here. Alright, we're going to take off this bottom rectangle and then make tabs, and that's it. Alright, so this of the part that is scored vertically now. This lower rectangle over here is the skinniest. And we're going to take that off, cut it up to the first score line, and then just wedge a little bit off of the piece above it and go to the top and just give a little wedge about the length of 1/2 inch. Okay? Alright, go to the other side of this rectangle and cut that score line straight up to the first score line. There's a square here. I don't know if you can really see it because we didn't score them. There's a square here, so go to the other side of the square and cut that straight up to the score line, and then wedge both sides of the square. Okay, so that's what we have so far. right? And then we're going to go to the other side of this rectangle, cut it straight, and then this is a square. We're just going to wedge the square. Okay, so everything up here is one solid piece, all right, and only the score lines are on the bottom. So this is what your DSP should look like after you've scored it and cut it. Okay, now what we want to do is we're going to put some tear and tape on this piece that sticks out, all right? And we want to put it right where the edge of this rectangle is and all the way up, right at that part. And now I could, on this one I scored all the way up for the skinny rectangle, but I don't like how it's bent there where the front is smooth, so we're going to try it out this way. I might be wrong, but we'll see. Okay. All right, and I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to take the backing off. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to bend this into a circle and just attach it. I'm going to start down here right where the horizontal score lines are, and then they'll meet. And then it's easier to line this up because the gingham will show you a straight line there. Okay, if it's a little bit, it's all right. It's kind of forgiving. All right, so this is what we have. All right, so put it, the top part down. We're going to put the sides in, and wherever this seam is, that's the back. We're going to close that back, and then this one is going to be our front. All right, so we need to put some tear and tape on this. All right, I'm going to put one piece towards the edge and then another piece back farther because we need this to really anchor the whole tote, gift box, whatever you want to call it. All right, and I'm going to take these off. All right, and then just make sure that it's as straight as you can get it. Okay. The sides are going to come out just a little bit farther because it's round. Okay. And then what I want you to do is go to the inside and just put a dot of glue underneath each of those tabs. And then take your, either you take your pick tool or your bone folder and just press them down. And that will really, really give it a good base. All right. Now, what we want to do is hold it like this so that you can see the front of the box, okay? This is the back here where the seam is. And just follow it up and then just squeeze the top sides together. Okay, you don't want to bring it down, just that top piece. And that is the basic shape of the tote. Okay, now we need our pieces of soft succulent that are 5.5 by 1/2. And I want you to take your bone folder and curl them up just slightly, like that. Okay, and then we need our silicone mat. Or if you don't have that, put some wax paper down because you're going to get this messy a little. All right, and I'm going to use, because I don't want to put liquid glue on the DSP, because we need it to hold good. And I put a lot of liquid glue on one of my first ones I did, and it got all messed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up about 1/2 inch, and I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal Plus. And then, of course, it's going to go over the edge. So I just rolled it back. And this will keep you from getting Stampin' Seal Plus all over your work surface. All right, and we'll start with the top. All right, and now what I did with this, let me see, I'll measure it exactly. So about an inch over from the point, we're going to put our 1/2 inch of Stampin' Seal Plus that we put on it, okay? You could use tear and tape for this too. And then gently bend it and go a 1/2 inch from this side, about. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact. Yeah. And then you have those two handles on there, that handle on there nicely. And then we're going to do the other one. And we're just going to put about a 1/2 inch of Stampin' Seal on the end again. We want to make sure we push these in because if there's some sticking out, it's going to stick to whatever you put in the bag. Which reminds me, I didn't show you. Okay, the actual box measures from this part to this part is 4.5. It is 3 down and up, and this bottom part is 1.5. Okay? All right, so we have these two, and then what I did for this one, so I didn't have to worry about measuring, just kind of closed it, and then I could see right away where to put it to match them up. And then gently turn it again. I have like it kind of goes in when I turn it. You could do it the opposite way, but then it's going to poke out. So whatever way, just try to make sure you do both of them the same. That's all. And then squeeze it just slightly so that you can see where you got to put it about. And just put your other handle on. Okay, and that's the basic tote with handles. Alrighty. Now you could put ribbon handles too if you wanted to put little holes and run it through. Alright, so now that's set. So what we're going to do now is stamp our our ladybug. And we need some Tuxedo Black ink for the body. And our Stampin' Pierce mat, because these are photopolymer. And I'm going to just get lots of ink on here. And I'm going to put it, this is basic white. And I kind of screwed up. I pushed kind of hard on my pad and I just inked it up. So let's do that one more time. There we go. Great. Okay. And then we want to do our wings. And for our wings, the wings I used fresh Freesia. I want to see this. First, let's just cut this so that it doesn't get in the way. That's the wrong one. Okay, I'm going to need to cut this a little bit. Let's cut this one off and cut this down. I kind of put a little bit of pressure and then I just slide it so that I can get it where I like it. Okay, so that's that part. And now we're going to do our wings. So that's our fresh Freesia. And we need the stamp set from Hello Ladybug. Good. And then we need some more Tuxedo Black for the inside circles. Good. A little off, but that's okay. oops, wait, we still need this. Okay, and then we need our strip of fresh freesia that is 1/2 inch in diameter. And this sentiment from Pansy Patch, and it says, "Love you much." But you could also put Happy Spring, Happy Easter, whatever you wanted to. I'm just going to excuse my head a second. Great, okay. We'll put the sentiment aside. And then we need, well, I already did it, but what you would do is I would get a strip of Blushing Bride that is about 2 inches, all right? And then go on this side with it and just cut out 8 of these petals, wings, okay? All right, now what did I cut out? I didn't. I have to cut out this first. The actual wings. Okay. Alrighty. And now we need the silicone mat again. And I'm just going to attach with liquid glue. First I'm going to attach my wings. Okay, that's good. All right, now for the flower. Okay, it gets a little hard. No, don't say that. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, and now for the flower. Now you could put a larger circle for the base of the flower, but I didn't need it. So we're going to start with 1. And what we're going to do is put the left petal in between the petal that we did first. Okay? So we only need glue on the left petal for now. Okay? And we're going to put it right like that. Okay. Now you can make bigger flowers or little flowers. We only need a little flower. Okay. And then the next one you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put it between, let me get it closer, between this one and this one. So it's always the last 2 petals that you see. That's what you put the next one. Okay, so I'm just going to put on the left one, and then between this one, it's underneath this one, but it's okay. It's this one and this one. That's where we want to put it. And it gives it a nice layered effect, like it's a real flower. Okay, you could also ink these on the edges with Blushing Bride or another color if you wanted to. Okay, now the next one, we're going to put glue on the left petal only, and we're going to put it between this one and this one. Okay. Okay. And then again, we're just going to put glue on the left petal. And we're going to put it between the last 2 petals we see. Okay, and just pop it on there. Well, I didn't need to do that. I could just turn it. I think I'm going to use less this time. I think I did this one a little smaller, but however you think it looks good. All right, so then we're going to put glue on the left petal and put it between the last 2 petals we see. Okay, and then this is going to be the 7th. Does that look good? Oh, you know what? I do 8 because then I just keep layering it. All right, so I think I might only do 7 on this one. And this one, I think I'm just going to put, because it's one of the last ones, I'm just going to put a little glue on the side. And it's probably going to squeak out because we needed it right at the edge. And then the last one, which is the 7th one, I'm going to tell you now. Since we don't have the last 2, we're just going to put it where we think it looks symmetrical, which would be would be between this one and this one. I'm making it sound way more technical than it has to. And it's going to overlap this one here. All right, so I'm going to put a little glue on both because it's going to be touching both sides. And then, am I doing? Yes, here we go. It's going to overlap this one here. All right, and the trick is to just keep putting one in between where you think it's missing one. Okay, so 7 that time. I guess I went a little smaller. Let's see. And then you could leave it a little while to dry because it's going to have somewhat. Yeah, it's just a tiny bit smaller. I guess as far as you could start all the way out here and just keep going until it's filled up. All right, now we're going to put our center, which is a 1 1/8 inch circle of pale papaya, and then I embossed it with the Dots embossing folder. I'm just going to pop it right down there in the middle. Okay, let's let that dry a second. All right, and what we're going to do for the sentiment, after the much, give it about, I'd say, 1/4 inch. And then on the love you, the same thing, about 1/4 inch, and then go, here's the love you, the bottom of the L, we're going to go to that corner, okay? And then we're just going to angle it up. Right, and this side, you can clip a little off of each edge so it doesn't, each side, so it doesn't stick out so much. All right, so that's done. Okay, now we're just going to put glue on the back. There is plenty on there, but I'm going to put a little more fresh glue. And decide what side you want facing up. And it seems like I'm missing. This might have been where that other one came in. So just fiddle with it until you like it. I would probably say, yes, I need one more between these two. But that's okay, because that's where my butterfly is going to go, so we won't even see that. So we really want that to stick on. Okay, and then I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on my ladybug, one on the head and one on the body. And then I'm just going to put my ladybug like he's resting on the flower a minute. Okay, hard part's done now. Okay, now we made a bow with the Fresh Freesia open weave ribbon, and then see which way the ribbon will sit nicely, because sometimes see how they stick up there, so I'm going to have it on this side. And I'm just going to put it kind of straight on the left handle. All right, and I'm going to get some glue dots. And I'm going to take one on the back of this. I'm just going to put it right where over where the handle meets the bag. Right, and then we're going to take another glue dot and put it on the end of the sentiment. And just kind of tuck it right under the edge of the bow. And then just give it a little curl with your finger. All right. And then for the final touch, I use some Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels. Oops. And I'm going to just put one. I'm going to put a medium-sized one right there. And then a small one up there. And another small one down there. All right, and there it is. Your bag is finished. And what I put in this one is one of these balloons that you pop in the wrapper. You just go like this and the balloon eventually pops out. So that's one of the things. I put a little pack of the Easter M&Ms. I put, let's see, a little carrot eraser, which I think I got from the dollar spot at Target. A peppermint patty and a Twix. So it fits a bunch. All right, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, my email is below. Remember, my blog is linked below. If you'd like to join, the link for that is below. And I would love it if you would subscribe and hit the like button. If you need any supplies from Stampin' Up, my shopping is on the top of the screen and it's linked below also. So have a great day and I will see you next time. Bye.